Hey y'all, and welcome to Monner's Market, and welcome to Heidi Sonboul's DIY challenge. This challenge is in the theme of summer. Now, I'm a Florida girl, born and raised, so we live summer year round. So this is right up my alley. Let's jump into DIY number 1, and I will tell you a little bit more about this challenge in just a few minutes. I'm going to be using everything from the Dollar Tree, this tray, 2 of those pump dispensers, and the little soap dish holder. I'm going to give everything a coat of my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, which you will see me use a lot, not only through this video, but through lots of my videos. And now this little thing right here is a placemat that you can get from the Dollar Tree right now. They have a beautiful lemon theme out in their dining section where you can get plates and cups and literally like a ton of stuff in lemons right now. So I took that placemat and I cut it apart and I used the top layer. It is layered twice. I don't even know how to say that. It's double layered. There we go. Then I took these little stickers here and I used 2 of the half slices of the lemons. I painted them in the Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize, which is a beautiful, beautiful yellow color. And then I took my brush while it still had some white chalk paint on it, and I just sort of dry brushed over the top of those lemons and those pump dispensers. Then I went over everything and very lightly dusted it with the color Truffle. And that was just to distress it a little bit, give it a little bit of depth and dimension, and just kind of make it, I don't know, just look a little bit better. So once I got that done, then I took some twine, also from the Dollar Tree, and I ended up wrapping it around each one of those pump dispensers 2 or 3 times. And once I did that, then I took that little lemon slice and glued right to the top of each one of them. Then I reassembled everything and was ready to show you what it looks like. And I absolutely love the way it turned out. I thought it turned out so cute. Now I also got this bar of soap from the Dollar Tree, which is an oatmeal and lemon bar, and it smells divine. It smells so luscious. I haven't used it yet, but oh my goodness, it smells so good. And this is what it turned out like. I would love to know down in my comments what you think about this. And if you're new and you're here from the playlist today, welcome, welcome, welcome to Monner's Market. My name is Brenda and my grandkids call me Monner, so that's where Monner comes from. I'm so happy to have you. Now this is DIY number 2. I made this little cute door hanger out of these little wall hangers or door hangers or whatever you want to call them that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Now they only go in one direction, like they're all left shoes or all right shoes, however you want to look at it. And I wanted it to go both ways. So I got 2 of them and I flipped one over and removed the paper from it. Then I took this lighter colored Nautical rope, made me my little straps for my sandals. At the tip ends of each one of those pieces of rope, I wrapped it in tape to assure that it wouldn't come apart, and also to give me a little bit better base because I wanted to wrap some twine around it. Now the twine is to hold everything together better. Yeah, get your tongue untied, Brenda. Together better. There we go. That's better. And also to give it, just another color, and again, a little bit more depth and dimension, as we like to say in the crafting world. So once I got those little straps all taken care of and glued into place, I was in love with these. I could have left them just like they were, not added anything else to them because I thought they were adorable. But this is a summer challenge, and yes, those are summer shoes, but I'm kind of going with sort of a yellow theme today, as you will see through the video. And right now, sunflowers, bees, and lemons are my jam. I love all of those right now. So I took the wood glue from the Dollar Tree and some hot glue, and I glued the little shoes together to bring them together. And then I took some stickers that you can get from the Dollar Tree that are these cute, adorable sunflowers. And they actually have these little bitty tiny bees at the top of, and I almost threw it away without seeing those little bees. And I'm glad that I actually realized that they were there, because I ended up using them on my shoes also. So I just took my little sunflowers, added them to my shoes, and then I had this little welcome sign that, I don't know, it was probably from like last fall maybe. There it is right there. And I just took it and added that, glued it down with some E6000 and some hot glue. And once I did that, I took some good old Mod Podge and Mod Podged everything down. Now that is to make sure that it's secured, and it's also to make sure that it's sealed in. I wish I would have done that before I added my shoe strings or my little straps and my welcome sign. But anyway, I took these beads, as you see, and I did leave them in the natural color because I thought it matched those straps perfectly. And I just made the little hanger for the top, and that was it. And I absolutely fell in love with this little door hanger. I never wear closed-in shoes. Like I said a few minutes ago, I'm a Florida girl, born and raised. You will hardly ever see me in a pair of closed-in shoes. I'm also a former forensic nurse, so I wore closed-in shoes every day of my life for 35 years. So my feet are loving the fact that they can stay in flip-flops now eternally. So that's why these flip-flops are a little bit near and dear to my heart. So let me know what you think about those. Now, DIY, oh no, let me tell you about Heidi. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. She puts out so many amazing videos. Everybody in the crafting world wants to be Heidi. I'm telling you, she is amazing. I have never ever watched one of her videos and was disappointed. And the things that she does is like, what? Like mind blown. How in the world does she come up with the ideas that she comes up with? I will never know. But when I grow up, I want to be Heidi Sonboul. I kid you not. I am obsessed with her. This is DIY number 3. Now, while I'm telling you about this, let me remind you that there's going to be a playlist down below in my description box. So make sure you go to that playlist and watch everybody who is creating for you today. So to make that tier tray, I'm using a pizza pan, a pie pan, and 2 candlesticks. And what you see me doing right here is measuring so that I could find the middle of the pie pan. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be off-centered and kind of wonky. And that's just me kind of going back over it and just making sure that, yes, indeed, I am in the right spot. So I got everything all glued together. And once I got it all glued together, it was as easy as taking that same white Waverly chalk paint and giving it a couple of good coats. Now, it did take probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 coats. Now, you will notice those little legs on there. I made those, and it took me a little bit to make them. But I was scared that once I started putting things on my tier tray and adding a little bit of weight, that it was not going to hold up under pressure. So I went ahead and just took them off. So that's why I didn't really show you me making them. Now, these little half beads are something that I saw Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs using all the time. So I had to buy me some because everything she puts them on is transformed and is beautiful. And I think that's what I accomplished with this tier tray, with adding these little beads. Once I did that and gave them a little okay, there goes my tongue tied again. Dry brushing of the white Waverly chalk paint, I went back in with some Waverly truffle just to distress everything down. And that was it. That's my little half-beaded tier tray. And I am just as obsessed with those little half beads now as I've ever been from watching Sammy use them. Again, there is going to be a playlist listed down in the description box, so make sure you go check out everybody else's channel And also definitely make sure you watch Heidi's video, which you probably saw first and are coming over to my channel. If you've never been to Monner's Market before, I would love it if you would consider sticking around and becoming part of my little family. I am very new to YouTube, so I could use all the support I can get. So let's jump on into DIY number 4 and wrap this video up. The next thing I have for you is this cute little sign. Now this was just kind of too quick and easy to even add in, but I thought, no, I want to continue with the yellow theme, even though it's so easy. I added it anyway. So I just removed that little clip because I'm not going to be using it for recipes or pictures or whatever you might use it for. I sanded down that little spot right there to make sure it was good and smooth. And then I went back in with the same color maize chalk paint that I used a little bit earlier with my lemon theme and gave it 2 good coats, and it completely transformed that little stand. I took these stickers that I bought from Dollar Tree, obviously, in the Crafter Square, and I actually have had those for, I don't know, 3 or 4 months now. And just put a few of them on my little stand, made me a little Sammy bow or a little finger bow, if you will, and added it to the top left of my picture. Once I done that, I took my paintbrush that was still a little wet from the white chalk paint and sort of just dusted over everything and lightly dry brushed over it because it was a pretty stark yellow and I wanted to sort of tone it down a little bit. Yes, and I did add that little button to the middle of my bow, which I thought was just too cute and just made that bow pop. So I added that little bit of dry brushing of that white Waverly chalk paint to this little picture and I was done. I am so tickled that I was able to join in this challenge today. Thank you, Heidi, for putting it on. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Thank you to my beautiful subscribers for coming back and supporting me all the time. You are the most amazing supporters ever. If you are seeing me for the first time, or if you're seeing me for the 5th or 6th time and you've never subscribed to my channel, what you waiting for, honey? Reach down and hit that little red button and become a part of my family. I would love to have you. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers that I can taste it. So if you haven't yet, reach over and click that subscribe button. Definitely give me a big thumbs up if you like what you saw today. Make sure you go down to the playlist and watch everybody else's video. And I'm going to hush and let you see everything that I created for you today. But thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye now.